Hi everybody, it's Tom from FindTheBestCarPrice.com. Today we're going to take a look at the changes on the 2022 Chevrolet Silverado, and you will find these changes on the LT trim levels and above. As far as the exterior goes, the changes you will see are right here on the front end with a wider and a little bit lower set headlights and grille, basically to give the truck a little bit more of an aggressive and wider look. Other than that, the changes are on the interior. Let's open the driver's side door and see what they are. One of those things is going to be right here that you'll see right off the bat. The controls for the headlights and your mode selector have obviously changed. These used to be vertical and now they're sitting here parallel basically instead of being on top of each other. Well, that's changed. So a little bit more of a clean look here, maybe using a little bit more space more effectively, I would say. But I tell you what, one of the coolest things here is when you hop into the truck. Let's see here if I can do this where you can see both screens at the same time and make it as easy as possible for you so you can see these graphics. I really am digging what Chevrolet has done here. It looks great with this Z71 logo, the Chevrolet badge there on the infotainment screen. We'll let it run the sequence right here, and then we will hit the button to start everything up so I can show you the updated dash display. Nobody is going to say this is an antiquated interior, that it looks old and stale. A lot of those comments are things we saw in the past on these. That's changed. Also, the size of the shifter paddles are really more the location. They're a little bit higher up than they used to be, but they are also a little bit bigger. Although they are kind of going to be easy to get confused with the buttons on the rear of the steering wheel here for controlling the radio and the volume and all that kind of stuff. But obviously the biggest change right here, the touch screen, a big difference from what we saw in the past, but still pretty simple to use, just like we saw with the previous generation. Now I'm going to give you a quick demonstration here of obviously you have voice commands there. You can use that kind of like your smartphone without even having to pair your phone. Kind of nice to see that. And then your trailering functionality is going to be right here. We'll just run through that real quick just to show you what all is there. Everything isn't across the top of the screen like it used to be. We'll just hit something right here just to show you what's there. And obviously you can type in whatever you need to. Now, if you're having trouble getting back home and you're looking around on the screen and saying, I can't get back home, well, just push the button right here. That's going to get you back home. I'm not going to go through everything on here because it's so simple to figure out as far as what you do and how it works. But just to show you what the screen looks like overall, there we go. A little bit of a lag there, but not too much, and that was probably more my doing than anything else. Now, the owner hasn't set up Google Maps yet, but as you can kind of see there, obviously that's going to be more of a night view. You can change that if you want to, so that's a good thing to know. You can also see you can display the clock over there if you would like. We'll take a look at everything else that's here. We'll also take a look at our camera views here. In fact, there's only one camera on this particular model, but you can see that it's a nice clear view. And then other changes here as far as controlling the radio, the volume button, turning things on and off, and the location of all of your one-touch buttons right here also. And I like what Chevrolet has done here with the trim, the way they've brought that out. It just gives everything a little bit more of a deeper depth of look, I would say. You can also see the changes here with the button for starting the engine, for controlling the air conditioning, using all of the functionality there. Now, one thing you might notice is that there's no wireless charger right here. Well, it's here, it's just not there, if that makes sense. It's right here. In fact, I'll put my phone in there just so you can see that come to life. Let me make sure that does work. There we go. So in a bit of a different location, the good news is that you can still add that aftermarket charger that can go right here if you want to. That way you can have two chargers. And most certainly last but not least, the shifter. Really nice, really easy to use. And here's the thing, you can go into drive this way. Now, when you're in reverse, let me show you something here. We're going to go into reverse right here. I had to push the button to go into reverse. You can go into drive without doing anything but moving the shifter back, but it's a safety feature. Here's why. The reason you have to push this button to go into reverse is because you need to be able to know you're being intentional about that so you don't accidentally bump the shifter like I just did right there. For whatever reason, that could happen. it goes into neutral instead of going into reverse. If you're driving down the road at highway speeds, well, obviously that could be a problem. So you have to hold that button in to do that, and then you have push button park right there. So overall, those are the changes. And yes, there are some things that are not here, but we'll see that on future trucks that we review on the FindTheBestCarPrice.com YouTube channel. But for Matt now, if I can keep from getting tongue twisted, for now, tell me what you think based on what you see here. To learn more about the model in today's video, visit the link in the description for a detailed comparison between trims and pricing for the vehicle we featured or any vehicle you may be interested in. These pages feature information such as our recommended trim level based on price, value, and features. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. We look forward to seeing you next time.